Okay, folks, find a really comfy seat. Okay, you might try just a little Sukhasana, an easy pose. You can cross your shins with your feet close to your knees, and that should allow you to sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes here. Allowing your hips to be nice and heavy. Feel your spine rising up nice and buoyant and tall. Your heavy shoulders just sliding down your back. And your big heart rises up in front. With your eyes closed, hopefully you can just feel the arrangement and alignment of your bones here. And to bring even more of a light and neutral feeling to your spine, maybe put a little pull back in your belly button and a little tuck in your chin. So your spine just gets maybe an inch or a centimeter longer. Continue to deepen your breath here, filling your lungs to the max, and then emptying them to the max. Notice all the sensations of your breath as it enters your nose, it drags across your tongue, in your throat, filling your lungs, puffing your belly open as your organs get compressed downward. And then all that happens in the opposite order. As you exhale, the belly compresses inward, the rib cage compresses, warm breath travels out your throat, out your nose. Notice all the qualities of your breath, the sound, the temperature. Maybe you even notice that the breath is a little cooler when it's coming in and warmer when it's leaving. Allow any extraneous effort to melt off of your body here. Even your face feels nice and soft. Let your jaw hang slack. Maybe breathe with a little smile for a little while. And you could keep your eyes closed. Keep your spine nice and long. And we'll just bring in a little movement. I'll try to speak so that you don't even have to open your eyes. You can just use my words. With your hands on your thighs or maybe even on your knees, start to circle your upper body. Just kind of stirring your spine around, bringing your chest forward, over to the side, back to the other side, and circling it up. Notice how this feels in your hips and your low back. Gently bringing some space into the hips. Okay, make this movement nice and big, nice and slow. Keep your breath going. And let's rewind it. Just take it back the other way. Big and slow. And then start to revolve back in towards center. Finding that you can just sit up nice and tall again. Okay, equal weight now on both hips. Nice little tuck in your chin. And we'll start to twist. So inhaling here, reach your arms up. Remember, as your hands come up, your shoulder blades go down. And with your exhale, look to the left. Think of looking over your left shoulder. Right fingers tap in front. Left fingers tap behind. And we'll go back through center. Inhaling through center. Arms up. Exhaling to the right. Look over that right shoulder. Now let's take that side to side a few times. You can close your eyes. Keep your spine long. Okay, notice twisting should feel nice. It's a nice massage for your spine. Feel your rib cage revolving around your spine. Next time you twist out to the left, let's pause there, okay? Just enjoy your twist. So you can use your fingertips on the floor, just like we dropped them. Or you can take your right hand to your left knee and tug on it a little bit so that you can deepen your twist. Looking over that left shoulder, breathe deeply here. Let's take a few more breaths here, okay? Feel that you have some nice space across the back of your ribs here. Deep breath into your chest. Deep exhale into your belly. 2 more. Last one. All right. As you're ready, inhale the arms up through center. And exhale to the other side. Same thing, looking to the right here. Pause, and we'll just breathe and enjoy the twist. Okay, feel free to deepen it with the left hand on the right knee, looking way over that right shoulder. Long spine on your inhale. Strong belly on your exhale. Take a few more breaths here. Big expansion around your rib cage. Massaging your organs here with your belly strength. Last breath. Let's bring it back through center. Arms up on your inhale. Okay, exhale here. Drop your hands down in front of you and just pause to cross your shins the other way. So you're going to change the crossing just so we don't do too much on one side. And then keep in your hips really grounded. Walk your hands out away. And then you can pause whenever you feel some nice opening across your back body. If you want more, feel free to drop your elbows or your head. But make sure it feels good, okay? Ground your hips. Breathe into your spine, your hips. Do your best to keep your shoulders away from your ears here. Maybe one more breath right here. Start to walk your hands back up and in. Okay, and then lean back on your hands here. Pick your knees up, and we're gonna do some windshield wipers, just shaking out your legs. Notice how your hips feel, your low back. Okay, I want to get a little more side bendy with you. So as you windshield wiper, the next time your knees drop over to the right, just pause there, okay? And we'll arrange ourselves a little more specifically. So if you sit up from here, take your right shin and line it up in front of you so it's parallel with the front of your space, okay? Take your left foot, just grab it and point it back behind you. And your right toes can tickle the left knee so that when you look down, your legs make a triangle shape. And I'll show you what that looks like in case you are not sure what you're looking for. Looks like a little triangle, okay? From here, we can really start to side bend into your spine. So drop your right hand on the right, press into both of your knees and lift your hips here. With your big breath in, you can sweep that left arm over your head and open up your whole left side. Feel free to push the floor more or less. It's up to you. And then exhale, drop your hips. This time, keep your hips grounded as you drop that left hand on the left. Inhale and sweep the right hand overhead. So big right side stretch. And we'll do that a few more times. Hand down on the right. Inhale, hips up. Left arm sweeps overhead. Exhale, down. Inhale, hips down. Right hand sweeps overhead. And exhale to bring it down. Okay, maybe close your eyes and take a few more breaths, just moving side to side at your own pace, finding your own rhythm. Looking for a lot of really luxurious space along the low back on each side, along that left hip especially. Do your best to keep your neck long, okay? As your hands go up, make sure the shoulder blades go down. So keep the shoulders strong and the neck uncrunched. Okay, next time you come down with your hands and down with your hips, pause. Lean over to the right just a little bit and extend the left leg out, okay? We want to drop the outer edge of the left foot here, okay? Drop the outer edge of the left foot. And then place your right hand so that it's in line with your left foot and your right knee, okay? You could draw a straight line between them. And then you just press yourself up off the floor, and we are in a little supported side plank, okay? To make this more effective and supported, feel free to move your right knee so that it's directly under your right hip, and you can point those right toes behind you for more of an internal rotation in your hip. And I just want to take some time to open up your shoulder here. So extend your left fingertips, really activating that left arm, the left shoulder, and even the right arm and shoulder are active here. Let's start to circle out the right shoulder, nice and, the left shoulder is circling out nice and slowly. Okay, continue breathing here. Do your best to isolate this movement, even though you feel like your rib cage wants to move. Do your best to keep just the shoulder moving. Let's rewind this, but this time push out through your left palm, rewind, isolate it. All right, and then next time the left hand is reaching away from your left foot, the arm is reaching over your head, pause right here. Just enjoy this really nice left side stretch. Hold and breathe, okay? Think of pulling your belly button into your spine as you reach the left hand away from the left foot, maybe even pushing the ground a bit more with the right side so that you could release more in the left. And we'll take a few more breaths here, friends, in your supported side plank. Two more breaths here. You could even cactus the left arm and peel the left side of your chest open if you like. Big heart open. Last breath. And then let's let it go. Go ahead and spin your hips all the way back down to the floor where you were before. And then again, lean back on your hands. Point your knees up and windshield wiper your legs out. Take a few side to side. Okay, so let's do the other side. Next time you point your knees to the left, pause there, okay? You want to line your left shin up now so that you're facing out right over it, okay? So the left shin is parallel to the direction you're facing. And the right toes point behind you. And then you can connect the left foot and the right knee, okay? And I'll show you on this side, it makes a little isosceles triangle, okay? So the left hand down on the left, you're gonna lift up your hips as you press into your knees. Right hand sweeps overhead for a right side stretch. And with your exhale, you're coming down. Switching sides on your inhale, left hand up. Keeping the hips down on this side. And exhale to bring it down. Keep going side to side. Find a nice little rhythm that feels natural. Close your eyes. Okay, appreciate all that beautiful space opening up on the left side of the low back and the ribs, right? The right hip flexor, the right armpit. Opening up each side of the spine is such a great way to release tension along your back. Next time you come down, friends, let's pause here. Okay, and reaching that left hand over to the left, you can lean over on it. And we'll extend that right leg here. We want to drop the outer edge of the left foot down to the floor. This is a really nice stretch for your ankle. It should feel good, okay? And then press up. Okay, make sure you move the left knee so that it's under your left hip and you can point the left toes back behind you. And then settle in, find your little supported side plank. And with that right arm up, I want you to strengthen the right shoulder, plug the right arm into the shoulder socket, and spread your fingers wide. And then start to circle out that shoulder. Isolate it. building warmth in that joint. Okay, rewind it, but push through the palm this time. Okay, friends. Next time that right hand reaches out over your head, make sure your neck is long. We're going to pause here and just enjoy this right side stretch. So the more you push down into the floor with the things that are touching the floor, okay, the more you can release on that right side. So you will kind of play with how much activity you want to bring into this posture. But no matter what you're doing, pull your belly button inward so that your low back is safe and neutral, and lengthen that right side. Find extra space in the right rib cage, the low back. For your last few breaths here, you might want to cactus the right arm and peel your chest up and open to the ceiling. One more breath. Okay, from here, we're going to bring it all the way back down to a seat, just where you were before. Okay, again, lean back on your hands, point your knees up, and take a few more windshield wipers. Just shaking it out. All right, your knees point up. Again, pause there and extend the right leg fully. Let's bring the left heel in. Slide that left heel up by your hips. Step your left foot on your right thigh, and you can drop that left knee. And we'll just take a little time just to enjoy a nice fold. Nice little forward fold, releasing the low back, the backs of the legs. So you can use your fingertips next to you or behind you to keep your spine nice and tall. And we're going to want to keep the spine as long as we can. If that's challenging and it doesn't feel comfortable, try bending your right knee a little bit, okay? It should help a lot to make it more easeful. Even if you can extend your right knee with no problem, please be sure that you're not locking the knee and you have a little bit of soft bend in it, okay? If everything's going great here, take your fingers out in front of your hips and start to lengthen your heart out in the direction of that right big toe. So we have plenty of time, so don't worry about trying to get your heart there faster. Just breathe. Close your eyes. With your inhales, think of lengthening your heart toward that right big toe. With your exhales, think of pushing both of your legs and your hips into the ground. Notice how that gives you some nice release to fold. Continue to breathe here. Long spine inhale. Exhale, push your legs and your hips into the ground. You can even do this without your hands to feel how strong your legs are, just pressing down. At some point, you might feel comfortable coming down to your elbows, although that's not necessary, especially if it doesn't feel good. Keep lengthening the spine, pushing down against the floor. Perhaps drop your head. And breathe. We'll take 3 more long, slow breaths here, okay? If everything's going well, you can get the most out of the stretch in the back of your right leg by engaging your right kneecap to move up towards your right hip, engaging the quadriceps. At some point, it may be comfortable for you to drop your forehead onto your right shin. Enjoy your last breath here. From here, walk your hands back, up and in. Bring it back up and in. And then point the left knee up. Just pick it up, point it up. Stamp the foot on the floor. And then I want to play around with a really nice low back and hip release here. So I'll present kind of a spectrum, and you just pause wherever you're comfortable and don't feel like you have to keep going, okay? So take the left arm on the inside of the left leg. Again, if it's hard to sit up straight, just do what you did before by bending the right knee a little bit, okay? You decide, but keep the knee unlocked, please, the right knee. Again, start to walk your fingers forward, moving that heart towards your right big toe. So we're kind of riffing on what we just did, okay? Now here's where we're gonna go a little different. Move your left elbow to be a chicken wing and see if you could tuck the left elbow in front of the left knee, okay? And this might be where you just wanna stay and practice tucking the elbow in front of the knee. Feel free to stay right here. It's still an effective posture. If it's easy for you to tuck the elbow in front of the knee, enjoy and kind of experiment with that tricep to shin contact by pressing your arm into the knee and propelling your heart a few inches forward. Just notice how that feels. And this might be where you'd like to stay with this posture. It's effective, okay? If this is easy and comfortable for you, you can wrap your left arm behind your back and then wrap your right arm behind your back too. And if they find each other, you can join your hands together, okay? No matter where you are is perfect if it feels good and you're still having fun. But if you have that knee, you want to squeeze it into your ribs, like you're trying to fuse the knee into the rest of your body. Breathe here with me. Feel free to lengthen your spine toward that right toe. Maybe drop your head if you did before. Squeeze the leg. Powerful release for that left hip. One more big breath in right here. Okay, release your grip on the leg if you had it. Okay, bring your hands back to the floor and you're gonna walk your hands back by your hips. Okay, from here, rock over onto your right hip. So you're just gonna shift your weight over onto your right hip and tuck your left foot next to your left hip, and then you can sit down on your left hip again. So now your left knee is bent, it's close to your right knee, but your left foot is outside your hips. If this is painful in any way, you're gonna back out of it immediately and put your left foot on your right thigh again, just like we did before. So please use that modification if you feel any kind of pain. From here, we're going to experiment with a nice little stretch across your left quad and hip flexor. So if this is enough, please stay here, okay? You can even bend the right knee just like you did before. If you want to experiment and move a little further into it, you can walk your hands back behind you and just lean back on them. Please be sure that your knees are still close together and your left knee is still on the floor. If the knees start to separate and the left knee lifts up, it's time to back it up, okay? Go back where you were before. If everything's going great, you can come down to your elbows. You can put your palms on the floor, elbows under shoulders. Continue to move that left knee down and toward the right knee. And so hopefully you're feeling a nice stretch across the quad and the left hip flexor. Okay. Additionally, moving into the posture further, you can come all the way down to your back. Okay. You can even put your hands behind your head and just relax. But make sure your tailbone is pointed at your right foot, so you don't want to arch your back too much here. For your last few breaths, if you just want to put the cherry on top of all this, you can take your right foot down next to your left foot and push on the floor just a little bit. This should feel nice, okay? Really yummy quad stretch. Point that tailbone at your left knee. How about one more big, slow breath here? Okay, wherever you are, start to make your way out the same way you came in slow motion. There's no need to explode, okay? We have plenty of time. So start to press yourself back up, okay? Rock over onto the right hip and take the left leg out front, and you can shake it out now. Let it be nice and long, okay? So let's do all of that on the other side. Everything the same, just opposite. So now your left leg will be the long leg, and you'll pull your right foot in to step on your left inner thigh. Use the same modifications here. Feel free to bend the left knee if you feel any kind of tension or uneasiness in this posture. Make sure it's softly bent, never locked. And then start to lengthen your spine out toward that left big toe. Okay, each breath, inhale, long spine. Exhale, push the floor with your whole entire lower body. Take your time here. Inhale, long. Exhale, push the floor. Maybe coming to your elbows, who knows? Keep in mind that how far you fold into this posture is irrelevant. Your main concern is to enjoy a very pleasant release across the back of your body, from the left calf up through the hamstring, up through your low back, all the way up to the base of your skull. So cultivate a nice release. Take a couple more long, slow breaths right here. Last one. Take your time coming out. Walk your hands back up by your hips. And then you can pick up that right knee and point it up, stepping the right foot on the floor next to your hips. Okay. Right hand now on the inside, or right arm on the inside of your right leg. Fingertips out in front of you. Remember to use the left knee to bend if you need a little bit more space and ease here. And start to, again, walk your fingers out towards your left foot, just like you did before. Okay, rounding your spine as you try to lengthen it at the same time. And maybe this is where you'll stay, just working on getting the right elbow to chicken wing in front of the right knee, finding that tricep to shin contact. Feel free to stay here. It's a good posture. Okay, if you've got that, you can start to experiment with pressing the elbow into the knee, sending the heart a little bit further forward. Just play with it. Okay. If it's pleasant, it's working well, then you can wrap the right arm behind your back around that knee. Send the left hand behind to find the right. They can join and clasp, and then you can start to squeeze that right knee into your rib cage. You want to fuse it to your body. Hold and breathe. You might find that this brings up a lot of heat in your hip, and that's okay. Enjoy your last long, slow breath here, okay? Take your time unwrapping yourself from this. Fingertips back on the floor. Walk your hands back in by your hips. And then rock your weight over onto the left hip now, okay? Tucking that right foot back by your right hip, okay? Finding a half hero pose, okay? Ardha Virasana, okay? It's not for everyone, especially if you have a knee injury. You might find that this is not okay for your knee. In that case, you'll back out right away. Stamp that right foot on your left inner thigh. You can do all the same things from here. Okay, in your half Virasana, you're making sure to keep your knees close together, and you want to keep that right knee grounded. If it starts to come up, you need to back up, okay? This is a good place to stay. You can walk your hands back. Take your time. Think about beginning to point your tailbone at your knees, okay? Nice tuck in your tailbone, maybe down to your elbows. Right, quad stretch. So if you are a runner or a cyclist, you are feeling this right now. Keep that knee down, maybe come all the way to your back. You can take your hands behind you. Point that tailbone at your knees. Press the right knee down. All right, maybe the cherry on top is putting your left foot on the floor by your right knee and gently pressing the floor to intensify that stretch just enough. Okay, a little goes a long way. No pain, please. No strain, no stress. Not ever on the mat. Taking your last breath here, yogis. As you're ready, come out in the same order that you came in slow motion. Come on out. Hands back on the floor underneath you. You can press yourself up. Rock over on that left hip and take the right leg out front. Shake it out. All right. Very nice. Hope you feel nice around your legs, your hips, your back. Let's see if we could roll back in a super slow motion. So legs are extended, maybe with a soft bend in the knee. Reaching forward with your hands, start to round your spine, pointing your tailbone at your toes. Could you drop just one vertebra at a time? Slowly rolling down. Control it. As you finally roll all the way down, scoot your shoulder blades under your heart. Maybe a little tuck in your chin. And then you can completely let go here, just breathing and being. Allow your chest and your belly to rise and fall effortlessly with your involuntary breath. No longer controlling the breath. Your body already knows what to do. Feel any leftover tension melting out of your muscles, your face, your jaw is hanging, your hands and feet are soft. Allow each breath to soften and clean out your body and root you to this moment. Allow yourself to experience each breath in intense detail. And please give yourself as long as you can just to rest here and connecting with your breath and your body. And this is where I'll leave you for our practice today. Thanks so much for practicing with me.